welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. Friend by Phil Lute. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. I'm really not good at this whole intro thing. Welcome everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ella. Ella. Today's topic, we are going to be reviewing a book. The name of the book we're going to be reviewing today is called Money It's My Friend. It's by Phil Lute. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. But anyway, that's the name of the book I'm going to be reviewing today. This book was actually very interesting for me. It had a lot of things that I haven't seen before in other books, okay? Because a lot of finance books always say the same thing: take charge, be your own boss. And I love that many financial books talks about that. But this book was quite unique because it spoke about some things that I would never have really thought about, and I'm going to break it down as much as I can. So let's start. In case you see me looking down, your girl is not, the all memorizer, so I had to write down some of the stuff so I don't forget them. So in case you see me looking down, I wrote down the points, okay? So let's start. The first point, well, of course I'm not going to be saying everything in the book. I'm going to mention some of the key points, some of the things I learned. You are free to go and look for the book and find it and read it, get more knowledge, get more details. This is more like second-hand information. You can go and read it and get the first-hand information yourself. Yeah. So the first point, or the first thing I learned from this, is mentality. He broke into details mentality. He broke it down into several ways we can pull ourselves down. He made us know that you can't get money, you can't get anything if you don't visualize it, if you don't see it. If you can't see yourself making money, you can't make money because there is no foundation, okay? Your mind is the foundation, it's the building block, okay? So there's so many things that are actually limiting us financially, or limiting us from dreaming big or acting big. He spoke about parents. He spoke about how a lot of people limit themselves because of their parents. They are looking for their parents for this kind of approval, which is not nice, which is not cool, and it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't be looking at your parents. You shouldn't be focusing on them. A lot of people, they have this parent approval mindset. If you don't do what your parents say exactly the way they say it, then you are disappointing them. Of course, you should look towards your parents. You should pay attention to them. Of course, you shouldn't disobey them. But don't let them limit you. If you don't love yourself, if you keep telling yourself negative things, you can't grow. Your mentality is the building block to your finances. It's a building block to actually every area and aspect of your life. If you find yourself keep telling yourself you're not good enough, or if I do this, people will say this, or my parents will say this. He said that, or what I understood is, he's not saying you should disobey your parents. No, don't disobey your parents, but don't let their opinion be the overall say in your life, okay? Your opinion about yourself, about what you do, should be more important than everyone else's, as long as you're doing the right thing, okay? Of course, I'm not saying that I'm not trying to say, okay, you can listen to them in one area and not listen to them in another area. But the truth is, your parents, they want what's best for you. But sometimes they put their opinion, they feel their opinion is final. I'm not saying it to say you shouldn't smoke. You're like, I don't care about your opinion, and then you go and smoke or do drugs. No. But when it comes to benefits for yourself, something good for yourself, and you know that they want what's best for you, but you have something else you want to do, you should. For example, if they say go to school and you want to do business, I'm not saying you should leave school, but I'm saying it's a way around it. You can go to school because, of course, education is always very important, and it can always be a backup plan. But then after going to school, you can pursue your business because this is something that you want to do, something that's going to make you happy, okay? So if you put everybody's opinion before yours, if your opinion matters the least to you, you can't go far because you don't have this confidence, you don't have this boost. Okay, point number 2, fear. I know a lot of people will say that fear should be part of mindset, but it's not actually, because when it comes to fear is something that can really stop you. Okay, there's a difference between having negative feelings about yourself and being afraid. Someone can be self-confident and still have fear of failure, fear of success. Some people actually fear of success because they feel guilty. They're like, who am I to attain wealth? And then a lot of people are suffering. You know, if you have the wealth, you can use the wealth to help those that are suffering. But if you're saying, who am I to attain wealth, then that means you and those suffering will all suffer together, and that doesn't make sense. Okay, so fear is something that is also very limiting. Okay, and I'm not trying to say that every smart person or everybody that attained something in life overcame their fear. No, 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 no. It's possible to still have fear and still do what you want to do. All you have to do is not let it stop you. For example, you have an exam to write. Okay, you don't tell yourself, oh, I'm scared, and because of that I won't write the exam. No, you tell yourself, I'm scared, but I will still write the exam even though I'm afraid. So a lot of people, because of fear, they don't start up something they want to do. No, don't let fear stop you. Okay, courageous people are not people that overcome their fear, or they're not people that overcome their fear. They are people that still do what they want to do even when they have fear, okay, or even when they're afraid. Okay, so fear is something that really is limiting. Okay, fear of success, even fear of there are a lot of things people are afraid of. You have no idea. So fear is another thing, and something that we should work on. Okay, or better yet, something that we shouldn't let it stop us from doing what we want to do. Point number 3, using your imagination. Everybody that has solved one problem or the other in life, they did that by imagination. What that means is that they looked at something that the world didn't have and they wanted to solve it. So better put, they were problem solvers. Someone said, how can we stop living in the darkness? Okay, and then they walked and produced lights. Another person said, how can we move from this place to this place without using our legs and getting there more comfortably? They used cars, or they made cars. So a part of business is being a problem solver, trying to create something. Okay, and you can't do that by not using, you can't do that without using imagination. There are so many things that we have in this world today that won't have been invented if someone didn't say, let me solve this problem, or let's do this. Okay, so for you to be successful, you need to have a very creative imagination, and you need to be a problem solver. And point number 4, you can't wait till when you become successful to plan or to budget. It doesn't work that way. If you wait till you have all the money in the world before you budget how to spend the money, then you will never be successful. You have to plan when you don't have, so when you do have, you are following a process, a pattern that you already began. Okay, you have to maximize every income you get. Okay, you can't wait or say, I don't have enough already for now, so how am I going to plan towards that? No, you have to start now to plan. So planning, maximizing what you have goes a very long way. A very long way. Another thing, sorry, my hair keeps getting in the way. I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't even have a lot of money, I don't even have savings, you know, I eat before my salary comes, it's already gone in different expenses. If you break them down, if you budget them, okay, before they get there or whenever they get there, once you budget, you end up planning, and it gives you, when you look at it, when you wake up every day, you look at it, when you have it in mind, it gives you focus and something to walk through. You can't just wake up one day and say you want to do something. You have to plan it. It takes a lot of details on planning. So you need to plan your budget now, so you know what you're working with. Okay, how much do I have at the end of the how much I earn at the end of the month or at the beginning of the month? Okay, what goes where? Why does this go where? Why does this go there and that goes there? You find out that by the time you spend your time in budgeting, you see the miscellaneous things or the wants, not really the needs that you spend on. You see them there. You see what else is taken. Is it you see other things, the necessary things that are taking your money. You see things that you can't do anything about. Maybe it's a debt, or mostly debt. And the thing about debt is, don't give more than 20% of your income in debt. Let me repeat that. Don't give more than 20%. That means by the time you get your salary, 20% of it should go to your debt. Nothing more, nothing less. And I know you can say, oh, but my debt is so much that if I don't give more than 20%, I'm not going to cover it up. It's rather you give it and it takes you a longer time to pay for than you give it all and then you don't have any money left. Because what that does is, because you don't have any money left, you have to borrow again, to try to replace the money that you took for that other debt, and that way you accumulate more debts. But when you tell your debtor or whoever you're owing, look, I'll give you so amount every month, you have little money left behind, even if it's just savings, just that feeling that you have money somewhere, okay, or that feeling of you're not broke completely, or there's money somewhere. Actually, it gives you this kind of motivation. Okay, I can work more to increase it. Or if you carry everything you have and just keep giving to debts and debts and debts, you will end up feeling miserable, lack of motivation to keep working, because why would you keep working if everything keeps going towards debts? So these are things to really put into consideration. Okay, so my next point is, don't let your status now be the judge of where you're going to. What that means is, don't say, oh, I'm a student, or oh, I'm a woman, or oh, I have needs, I have a lot of people, I have a lot of things, I don't have time to go find that job, or oh, don't be a pity party. The more you keep beating yourself, the more you're giving yourself excuses not to do what you want to do, and that doesn't go anywhere. You can't say, oh, I'm a student, okay, and I have to go to school, I have to come back, I have to rest, I have to sleep, I don't have time to think about something to do. No. Or you can't say, oh, I'm a woman, one day I have to get married and have children and take care of the kids, and so I don't have time to plan or have my own business. No. The more you keep limiting yourself, the more you keep letting your status or your identity now stop you from doing what you want to do, the more you're limiting yourself. Okay, don't see it as an obstacle, don't see it as a wall, see it as a stepping stone. Tell yourself, I'm a woman, but that doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do. Okay, I'm a woman, but I can be a mother, I can be a wife, and I can have a career. Okay, I can have a business of my own. It doesn't stop me. Oh, I'm a student today, but I won't be a student forever. So what am I going to do after school? What happens when I'm not a student anymore? What can I do now to help me in the future, so when I'm done with school, I'm not left jobless or frustrated or depending on my parents completely. So don't let your status now stop you from where you want to go or where you want to be in the future. My next point is very similar to the last one. Don't let your job be your identity. What are you besides your job? What are you besides your identity? What are you besides being a married woman or a married man? Okay, don't let yourself, or don't let what you do be your identity. What are you without all those things? If you're so attached to your marriage, like your marriage is the number one thing you can say about yourself, that means if the marriage is taken away from you, you are nothing. No, I'm a married woman, yes, but besides being a married woman, I am this. I am confident, I am this, I own this. Don't let your job, don't let your marriage be your identity, because then it can be a hindrance, because that is all you see. And then you can't see yourself, or you can't think, or you can't broaden your view outside of it. Okay, so I don't know how many points we have now, probably 6, should have probably counted. But yeah, so far these are the points, or my major points I learned from this book. Of course, there are so many other points, there are so many interesting things, so I advise you read this book, Money is My Friend. It was really helpful, and of course I'm not just reading to come and tell you about it. These are things that I'm also applying to my life that I'm sharing. So please comment down what you think. Did you enjoy the book? That's after you've read it. Do you have some questions? I will be replying, and I will be having, because as I said before, this is a conversation. I'm not just the only one talking. You write and I will listen and I will read, and come on, let's make our community broader.